Good morning. Thanks for coming. I've thought quite a bit about how to start this off. I'm very much appreciative of you coming. And look around you, and you will see the leaders of this community sitting here today. And I know that you all have some ideas about invasive species and how to take care of our lake. How to take care of our lake from all the challenges that it faces, invasive species just being one of many. But I appreciate you coming because we don't have enough perspective to know what to do to help save our lake. And we can't lock it down like whitefish. We don't have the money. But we can do something as a community to help protect our lake. And that's what we're here to do today, to provide you with the experts in the field to give you their understanding of it so that we can then fashion a program, a lake education awareness program, to communicate with others in order to do what we can to help keep our lake as pristine as it is. You know, we all love the beauty of this place, and it's fun to listen to conversations amongst ourselves. We talk about Montana and the animals and the critters, and these conversations we have are different from other people in the rest of the country. We talk different. We talk nature. We talk outside rather than inside. And with that, we have to also realize that we have a responsibility to protect what's outside and what we appreciate. And up until this point, we really haven't had the tools, or if you will, the perspective to deal with some of the challenges that are coming at us right now. So that changes now. That changes today. As we leave here, you will have a better understanding of what to do. For example, if you're putting your boat in the water and you notice the next person coming in has Minnesota license plates, or for that matter, license plates from any state other than Montana, would you say anything to them? Well, probably not. Is there something that we can do to ensure that they're not bringing zebra mussels or into our lake? Well, yeah. Are you going to be turned into inspectors and cops from this? No. No. But we are going to have a better understanding of what we can do to help protect our lake. These guys are the experts. And they're going to give us some information that allows us not only to do a better job of protecting our lake, but also to partner with the school. And I'm going to talk, Sherry's going to talk about a partnership vis-a-vis a $10,000 grant we were able to get from DNRC, and how we're going to, the future protectors of our lake are going to start earlier now in understanding our lake. We'll get to that in a moment. I'm going to ask Mel Peterson, who's on the board of directors of Little Bitter Lake Association, who's sponsoring this, to come up and talk briefly about Little Bitter Lake Association, what it is, and then I'm going to come back and talk about our day and what we're going to do. So here's Mel.
Thank you. Little Bitter Lake Association, we're kind of co-sponsoring today along with the school, and you'll hear more about that, is made up of the property owners around the shoreline of Little Bitter Lake. It's a voluntary organization. We're 501c3, the charitable organization. And the bylaws say our duty is to do what we can to continue the clear water in the lake and to work on the lake. And so this organization, as it stands today, was formed in the 1990s, and yearly we have been testing the waters of Little Bitter Lake. Today you're going to hear about a program that's brand new and starting a whole new phase for us and for the lake. If you'd like to hear more about our association, and by the way, there was an association of homeowners that started actually in the 30s, and its focus and its purpose was to regulate the water level of the lake. And that's still continuing today. If you want more information about us, you can talk to our board members, Dan, Doug Hill down here, or myself. We'll be glad to tell you more information about Little Bitterroot Lake Association. Dan?
So there are three other board members. Robbie Torgerson is the president. He was called away on business. Janet Stern, she's in Pennsylvania, will be back in a couple weeks. Ryan Stanvig is babysitting in Washington. This is a scheduling book that I have that I'd like to fill up before the end of the day. What we're going to ask is, after you receive this training and education and understanding, that you might consider volunteering for 4-hour shifts to go to the boat launches and to talk to people that are launching their boat about what you learned today. So we'd like to do it 4 hours on Friday night, 2 4-hour shifts Saturday, and 1 Sunday morning. Yes?
How do you propose to enforce that?
Enforce what?
What you're asking some volunteers to do? I mean, without some type of authority or a badge or a patch or something saying who you are, most people are not going to accommodate you that are putting their boat in. They're going to tell you to take a flying height. So I'm kind of curious how you plan on proposing it.
Today we're doing nothing. We're not going to turn into people that are policemen at the end of the day. But we are going to have, at the end of the day, when you're finished this day, and we all are going to have a better understanding of what we can do and what we can't do. So if you consume the information today, at the end of the day, you will have the tools to deal with that situation. And if you find someone that won't work with you to discuss or doesn't have the time of day, well, we're not going to force anybody to do anything. So don't worry about it. Realize that we're going for something better than zero. And that's where we're today. So if there's 20 boats at launch and you talk to 19, or if you talk to 10, that's better than zero. So we're gonna have an awareness out there. I might as well get right to it. That's the question I'm asked all the time. What do I do when I see a zebra mussel on somebody's boat? And you know, my wife gave me one of the possible answers. In a friendly way, you say, hey, you know, if you put that boat in the water, it's a $10,000 fine. Have a good day. So there's various ways, and there's going to be more answers to the question, what do I do? But when we're done today, you'll have the answer of some choices of things you can do. But let's not waste our time talking about whether or not we're going to be sheriffs or inspectors or force ourselves on people. That's not this. This is education and awareness. We don't have that capability. We're not going to be that, but we're going to be more than nothing. We're going to be something. We're going to be a presence that helps spread the word. Yes?
Actually, I just comment on the idea of education and awareness. I think what I would consider really helpful if I was a visitor to the area would be if, you know, I came to the area and someone who lived here gave me a brochure about the lake and about the health of the lake and how wonderful it is that this lake is so clear right now. So many people come to Montana because of the clarity of the waters. I think just a little education is really the best way to handle a situation. If you're giving somebody something that they can read, take away with them and learn about, great.
So with regard to that, we have a bunch of pamphlets and flyers that are going to help us. This is more than just the boat launch program. This is also we're also going to talk to you about invasive species weeds. And John Babcock, we're going to contract with him because we have gotten some additional funding for our organization to do a map of Bitterroot Lake on one side that shows where weeds are more likely to grow, and on the back side is going to be a picture of the weeds, the invasive species weeds that we don't want, that are in Knox and everywhere, but here. So that when you're on your boat, you will know if you see weeds in those locations, to advise somebody so we can, if it happens to be milfoil, we can kill it right away before it spreads. So there's a lot more going on here than just confronting a boater on the boat. There's a lot more going on. So let me just say too that this entire day is a give and take. So questions like that are great. The questions, though, I would suggest have some pretty good answers, but but there's a top and bottom. There's a bracket, an area that we're going here now to, and it's that the community knows enough to help protect the lake. Right now, we don't have that perspective. You're going to get it. You're going to have a videotape if you want to use it, if you want to show your neighbors some of the information you see from the experts. Another thing we're going to talk about is manners. See, there's two questions that I get about the lake. It's, what can we do about these ill-mannered people that are busting the 200-foot, no wake, etc. And then the other question is, what do we do about, you know, a boater that's with invasive species? So we've got as far as today's lineup, Warden Sergeant John Obist from the Fish Wildlife Park this afternoon is going to talk about boat etiquette, boat safety, rules, and regulations. Going back to our first keynote speaker, one of four, we have Tyler Tappenbeck, a scientist from the Flathead Biological